Mad Money's Jim Cramer apologizes for being wrong about Facebook parent Meta after stock plunges. The host of Mad Money, Jim Cramer, has apologized to investors for being wrong about Facebook parent Meta Platforms after its stock plunged to a record low. "I made a mistake here. I was wrong," he said emotionally after stating previously that Meta was a good investment. "I failed to help people. And I own that." The host of CNBC's Mad Money show, Jim Cramer, apologized to investors Thursday for recommending Facebook parent Meta Platforms Inc. Nasdaq, Meta, after the stock kept tanking following the company.
Okay. What did you get wrong?
I had a belief that there was a recognition that there is a amount that you can't spend. Contrast that, for instance, with Jim Farley, who took a project that was his, Argo, and closed it because it was not ready. It was not near enough. This situation is almost a rogue situation. I had thought there would be an understanding that you just can't spend and spend right through your free cash flow. That there had to be some level of discipline, and I didn't get it. But David, what did I get wrong? I trusted them, not myself. For that, I regret. Okay. I've been in this business for 40 years, and I did a bad job. I'm not proud.
You're not alone.
Proud.
You're not alone, Jim. Morgan Stanley today downgrades it for the first time ever to equal weight, target of 105. They call it thesis changing, what happened last night.
I think that's fair. When I discussed this with my wife, Lisa, because this is all I talked about last night, and how disappointed I was, not in them but myself, I think that's true, was thesis changing. I did believe that there would be some discipline. I emphasized to them, actually, that I expected discipline. But I want to go back again. I made a mistake, and I was wrong. I trusted this management team, and that was ill-advised. And I own that.
It happens.
I appreciate that.
You know, you have relationships with people that extend over long periods of time, and you believe what they tell you to some extent. Now, that said,
it was horrifying. Altimeter was right. Lost it. And Zuckerberg, he's been defeated by TikTok and the government and Apple. Hey, I don't know what. Joe Rogan, a COVID strain to be named later. These institutional sellers have one desire today. They never wanted to hear again about this company. They don't even want to hear again about advertising, about online, about monthly average users, sell, streaming, sell, ad-supported, sell. I think they're going to be proven wrong. Today, there simply weren't enough buyers to accommodate all the sellers who wanted to get out of Meta. How is this possible? Well, I'll show you. I mean, imagine yourself in a trading room, okay, of any billion-dollar firm. I mean, you probably haven't been there. I've been to a lot of them. Here's what it's like. It's around 3 o'clock. The portfolio manager who owned, say, 2 million shares when they came in this morning and thought they were going to get an upside surprise has been able to sell about half of his position throughout the course of the day. The stock's at 237. It's been going down, 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 down. He walks into the trading room, and after about a half a minute of invective, he says, how much more do we have of this garbage, and how much have we sold? By the way, that's the PG family-friendly version. In response, the trader says, the stock's so heavy, we've only offloaded about 1 million shares. I don't want to kill it. The portfolio manager's furious, worried about his job, and says, kill it. I don't care. I don't care how low you sell the stock. Oh, what the hell? It's at 237. Sell it down at 230. Now, the trader, who normally would try to get the best price, understands that's no longer the goal. They just have to get the stock off the sheet so it's never seen again. So even though it's going down, 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 it went further down. So you have a cascade effect as this exact same conversation occurred all over Wall Street. These sellers, not you or me, will create the bottom in Meta Facebook with their fear and their loathing. Apologies to Hunter S. Thompson. Why then would I even think about buying it? Well, first, Meta Facebook has a war chest like almost no other. It bought back $19.18 billion worth of stock in the fourth quarter, certainly paying too much, but they've retired nearly $45 billion since last year, and they got another $38.79 billion. That's not the sign of an ailing company facing with an existential crisis as far as I'm concerned. Second, the problems can be figured out as long as there's demand for Facebook and Instagram's advertising, and there is voracious demand still. Finally, when the selling storm stops, and again, we'll know because the manic dumping ends, well, people who are trying to sell it below where it's being bid for ends, then you're going to get it. You're going to get it. you're going to get a bottom. And the buy side will, at one day, maybe soon, be bigger than the sell side. And that's when I'm going to come out and tell you, listen, you can buy some. This whole sell-off is really about one thing, stopping TikTok from taking business while they build out the metaverse. Zuckerberg right now, this very minute, is coming up with ways to blunt and take away TikTok's business with Reels. The bounce will come when the selling dries up, probably very, very quickly. Bottom line, I say Meta Facebook will be a buy because eventually the sellers do get exhausted. The patient will be comatose, and this will be no different from the last 3 times. I said goodbye, and everyone...
Zuckerberg telling you it's going to be a big thing over the next decade.
The metaverse, it's this broad thing. It's not just virtual and augmented reality, although those are going to be some of the new major computing platforms that need to get invented for this. But it's also, I think, going to be the next kind of most immersive and rich way that people want to express themselves across social media, too. So it kind of goes across everything that we do, and it's going to be a big theme for us over the next decade.
Darn. Well, better be a big theme. Oh, there it is. You do look like a strip club bouncer.
My actual avatar in the metaverse from Mark
is much better. Yeah.
Now, you're talking about 1 billion people. You're talking about $100 per person. You're talking about market share take by Zuckerberg because he's simply unstoppable. You're talking about an incredibly cool place to go. The biggest issue, we discussed it, is why would you ever want to leave it? So there are parental controls from the building up.
I have deep misgivings about the metaverse. I can't help it. I know I'm a dinosaur.
Okay,
I know.
You need to go in
deep misgivings.
To see it. Now,
we're all going to be walking around with glasses on, just living our better lives.
Well, it will be ultimately just real glasses
not real life.
Right now. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Where are you going?
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me just tell you that when you have a meeting in it, you can whisper to a person. You can't do that in Zoom. It's a kind of an anti-Zoom thing. In other words, the Office is much better.
Oh, listen, the enterprise
is much more
may
surprisingly
become
good.
very significant.
The enterprise surprised me.
We all know remote work is never going away. We can all argue about how often people should be in the office, but I think it's fair to say they're never coming back 5 days a week. And when this becomes a reality, Jim, it would seemingly enhance the ability to work with your colleagues. Now, I made the argument yesterday. You're still not going to walk halls and bump into people that you might otherwise not and have conversations
but this
you
is
might
so
otherwise
much better
not.
than Zoom. You have very personal. I mean, at one point, I'm talking to Mark.
You know, you look ridiculous.
In my outtakes, he's talking about something, and I say, wait a second. Do you really have green eyes? Yes, my eyes are green. And I said, I look really great in the metaverse. He said, well, the suit is well-fitting. I said, no, I'm jacked in the metaverse. He goes, well, we decided to make you look strong in the metaverse.
We can all look.
And then there's one point
you
where
and I get really old,
but I'm not
we can still be our younger selves.
No, I felt like $1 million in the metaverse, but that's not enough to get the stock moving.
I have so many
people should be buying the stock. This is so for real. Why? Because he said that Reels is doing much better than expected, and they're making money off that headset.
What's the number they're going to be spending on the metaverse over the next 5 years?
It's going to surprise you because they're giving the developers, the creators, so to speak, free reign till 2024 to write. And they will take no cut, and that is going to make it so the moat is very high.
Okay,
now,
what